Hello, everyone. This is round four. Four? I have to check. Round four of our summer invitational round robin. I have black against Elliot, and well, just as usual against Elliot, I don't do much opening prep. Um, I did expect knight f3, but the thing with me and Elliot is that Elliot plays so many different openings that it's very hard to prep against him. But we've also been playing for quite a long time. Like this doesn't even show like half of it because we play over the board. Um, so we tend to vary our openings quite a lot. I think I'm gonna go ahead d5 here. Yeah, see, and we're both unsure. Um, hmm. Yeah, let's just go d5 here. Yeah, I just played a game like this recently. I think what I'm gonna do. So yeah, we tend to vary our openings quite a lot, and we've been playing for so long. Usually, we'll play like let's say we play a few games 1 month, and then a few months later, by that time all our openings are different. So it becomes really hard to prepare. Um, but I've played a game like this recently. I like playing knight f6 against knight f3 just to kind of see exactly what pawn structure they're going to go for. And I think I'm going to go for a London setup here as black. I play actually I just lectured on this game. Um, and I really like black's chances here. I mean, I get a London setup as black. Something I'm very comfortable with. I don't really play it a whole lot, but I played against it a lot. Um, and yeah, this is nice. I have no complaints. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, and d4. See, that's very strange. So usually they play d3 and they go for this, but this is very, very strange. So let's see here. Um, I don't need to play h6 yet. So I'm going to wait on that. I'd like to try to bait this out so I can play like bishop g4 and this and all this. So let me see. Let's go ahead. I think I want this pawn there. Do I want that? Um, I'm definitely castling kingside. Yeah, I think I do want. What? How do you delete someone else's comment? Um, yeah, I think I do want this pawn here just to sort of to play against this bishop a little bit more. Um, okay, and then we'll go here. And now still, if he does go for this, I have bishop g4, okay, h3 back here, um, and then I'll play knight g8 there in that position. And if he takes my bishop, then I have queen takes h4, and I like that position quite a lot. Um, so I do sort of want to bait that out, but he's not going for it. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. And since the position's starting to open up, I'm going to go ahead and play h6 now and play bishop e7 and then castle. And if he captures, yeah, probably I take with the e pawn and I don't really think twice so that I can play against this. And I'd like to force him to play e3. Like I'd like to put enough pressure on that pawn to try to force him to play e3 and weaken his light squares a little bit. Just tiny little positional things that hopefully will start to add up later on in the game. And he only has 2 defenders on that, so I can safely ignore that. But I can also stick a knight here. Do I want to do that? I think I do. Yeah, this looks very nice. I greatly prefer my pawn structure to his, I think. Um, although I do need to watch out for some kind of a minority attack later. Um, and after captures, well, I mean, I'm going to pre-move this. I guess he could go captures, captures, knight d2. And then what's the play? It feels like he might be getting e4 in. But I'm not really sure how I could have prevented that. Yeah, no, I'm not sure at all. Um, hmm. Yeah, maybe I just had to play bishop e7 and castle. Because if he's getting e4 in, I kind of want my king to be castled. And I played... Come on, elliottchess. I played this because I... Well, I thought I would prevent it, but maybe I'm not. Hmm. Yeah, I guess he could have done that a while ago, huh? Hmm. So where do I want my queen in all of this? That seems like a good move. I'm not sure if I want to play queen b6. Um, no, this looks nice. Yeah, I think I am okay with that. I like my pawn structure a little better. So I think I am okay with trading pieces. If it does come, come right down to it. Uh, I do have more space though. I don't know. I've already kind of gone for this. Is there any other move that I can do? I'm not playing b6 in a million years. Um, Rook b8, and I feel like bishop f4 is coming. No, yeah, bishop f4 is coming in like every variation. So I feel like I have to play this. I mean, if I play queen c7, then he has takes bishop takes bishop f4, and I don't want to have to play bishop d6 there because well, it doesn't defend anything. He just takes and then takes my b pawn. But I also don't want to trade his bad bishop for my good one. So yeah, I feel like I have to play queen b6 here. Maybe knight b6 was an option, but I don't know. No, no, no. Then a4 is coming. Probably he would take, and then start playing like a4, and that's really annoying. So this is okay. I don't think I can't be afraid of trades here, because I think I probably maybe shouldn't have played this move. Should have castled instead. But since I did play this move, kind of inviting trades, I can't just all of a sudden shy away from from trades. I think that's going to make my position worse. Uh, yeah, I expected that. All right, let's take with the a pawn. Hmm. Interesting. Um, I don't think I want to take with the pawn. No, I think that becomes a really big liability, I think. Uh, yeah. No, we'll just gonna take here. We don't need to create any other weaknesses. But this is nice. I do have an open file. Um, I do have a pawn break that I can play later on in the game that does get rid of my doubled pawns if I need to. Uh, on his open file, he's not really staring at a weak pawn. On my open file, I am. I can definitely play against this pawn later and force him to play e3. Uh, okay. Let's see. I'm going to play... Oh, wow. um, well, he definitely didn't play that because he wants to play bishop b2. I don't think. Right? I mean, what does bishop b2 really accomplish? It looks like a whole lot of nothing. What if he wants to play a4? Hmm. We're going to go with the knight move. I was debating this to discourage a4 with the idea to go bishop a3 and trade off his bad bishop for my good one. But I think if he plays a4 here, I think I can just play that. Yeah. Yeah, that looks like it works. Maybe. I guess he could push, but that looks very scary for him. Yeah. So I was unsure, so I just erred on the side of, let's not damage our pawn structure. He does still have a dark squared bishop, so I don't really want to do this and weaken all my queenside dark squares. Now that's a very interesting move. Okay. Huh. That's weird. Let's see. You know what? I have a weakness here. I need to do something about it. I think this is the new weakness. Yeah, certainly. I can win that pawn. Let's go let's go here. And we're just gonna go win the pawn. I'm gonna castle, I'm gonna double rooks. And there's no way that he can get around to defending that. He can go knight d2 and try to go to knight b1 to kick knight b1 kicks my rook out. It threatens to go to c3, but as soon as it goes to b1, I'm just going to take it with my bishop, and I can just win a pawn here. So let's go for this. I had it available on the last move, and I saw it, but I didn't see how good it was. Yeah, yeah, and he let me do this when he played b3. Cool. Not really sure what bishop h3 was. It's very strange. So I think I'm a little bit better here. I mean, at worst, I'm equal. Yeah, that's very good. That's obviously a very good square for his knight. Um, okay. So probably castling here, I think. Yeah, this needs to happen. And he's still not really in a position to defend that pawn. This pawn. Um, I'm also going to pay attention to if I ever have the chance to get my rook here and somehow play here and kick his rook out of defending this pawn. I'll pay attention to it. But that's about it. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's ever going to work. And the important thing here is just don't create any weaknesses for this bishop and this knight. They are strong pieces. They do control a lot of squares, so I do need to be careful. That's very good for me. He's playing just very passively right now. I mean, I guess he's going for this, but I don't think he can maintain that. Um, I wonder if there's any way for me to prevent that. Oh, I don't even have to prevent it. That weakens that rook. So we just come over here. If he plays rook e2, I take this. No, he had to go for like f3 e4 and create complications. You can't just defend all game as white especially, and hope to do anything. So I'll win both pawns now if he plays this move. I'm probably winning both pawns anyway. Okay, so let's make sure. Yeah, it looks like it. Looks good. I hope he doesn't resign after I take a pawn. I've had that before. Everything looks good. No intermezzos. Looks undefended. My back rank is fine. Yeah, take that. What's funny is we just played a bunch of over the board games this past weekend. Yeah, this past weekend. And I told Elliot, and this is advice for just lower rated players trying to beat higher rated players. And I told him the reason why he doesn't really pressure me a whole lot is because he gets into like these boring positions, and I can just outplay him. Because that's what higher rated players just, that's what they do. You want to make it complicated. And if it's complicated, and if it's complicated enough, and neither one of you understand the position, that's your best shot. So definitely, knight f3 and bishop g2 in the opening, it can get complicated if you play like a King's Indian attack, which that's what I thought he would go for. I was very surprised when he played pawn to d4, because that's just, there's just nothing there anymore as far as an attack. Now I need to very carefully win this next pawn as well. And I think I can do that with rook b1 check, right? Rook b1 check, captures. I have 2 on that pawn. He can't defend it. And if he moves it, I take it as well. I don't see any other tactics. I don't see a lot of tactics, which is why he needs to make it tactical. Oh. He can play rook e1 there. But then I take this rook. And then I take this. And then I take this. That looks nice. Let's play here. Pre-move that. If I was ballsy, I would pre-move rook e1. Yeah, we're not doing that. Okay, now I get this pawn too. Ah! I didn't see that. I wonder how to deal with that. That's not ideal. It's still better for me. Yeah, I missed that. It's still better for me, but it absolutely was not ideal at all. Let's take here. Hmm. This knight really needs to go. It's becoming a problem. Alright, so I need my bishop here. Somehow. Yeah, that's not happening unless that knight goes. Um. Hmm. So I need to guard my pawn first. I guess rook to a7 is where my rook is the most active. It's never really going to get kicked from there. Whereas on b8 it can get kicked very easily. So we'll go rook to a7. So we do only manage to be up a pawn here. Maybe there was no way to go up 2 pawns. Okay. So we're up a pawn, but we're up a connected passer. So if I can manage to get any semblance of coordination on the queen side, I think we'll be okay. And actually, I could just play bishop c4. Okay, that's just to strengthen his back rank. I can play bishop c4, and I don't think he should take that. Bishop c4, knight takes, rook here. I can't defend because this pawn hangs. That's annoying. I wish I could play bishop c4. I don't think I can make it work. Okay. Well, I think the most straightforward way to get rid of this knight and this rook and get coordination is to bring my king in the game. And we're going to go to e7, and we're going to play knight here. Looks like the only way to do it. But he's put up some resistance. Fortunately, it's positional resistance and not tactical resistance. That tends to get really difficult. Okay, now I feel much, much better. No, he wants to go to c5. Oh, that's very annoying. So we have to play this. I cannot, in a million years, allow knight c5. So this knight stays here forever. I almost played bishop c4, I swear. Okay. And I need to watch this. I really need to watch that move. f5 needs to happen very soon as well. What are the chances he hangs his rook here? All right. Got my hopes up a little bit too much. Where? I guess I go bishop c4 and start to get more coordination. Yeah, this seems reasonable. I mean, my rook needs to not be so tied down. It improves 2 pieces. It seems very reasonable. And he can't do that, so that's nice. So where does the knight go? b4 is very reasonable. And then I can't touch my b pawn. Hangs that. Knight b4 looks nice. Knight b4 also prevents this, but he's kind of preventing it now. Yeah, probably b4. And then just sit it there, I think. And he just needs to defend that position. And I need to somehow prevent any kind of counterplay in the center of the board. So f5 needs to happen very soon. I'm very surprised at that move. So now I assume f4 is coming soon. We need to play, I think, b5 and free up my rook. So that on f4 I can play here. That forces king f2, which is a move that he wants to play anyway. So probably I should just bring my king in the game, which is hard. Very, very hard. King or rook check doesn't really do anything either. Yeah, it's tough. At least my bishop's much better than his. What else can we do here? Yeah, I think I need to play king e7. And I don't have much of a plan. It's hard to figure it out. And I think f6. And I don't know what I'm going to take with. I guess my king. I guess. But I want to do this though. So it's a matter of if I need to keep that pawn structure intact or not. I think I do. Let's see. We're gonna do something crazy. We're gonna take with the pawn. I want my king over here. And I'm also predicting, oh, I wasn't predicting that. I was predicting this. And I don't ever want to give him a pass pawn, so that's the reason for taking like this. And I don't care that these are split. I don't think they're accessible. He doesn't have any. I control the only open file in the game. So, now I just need to improve my position. I don't think he's going to take that bishop. I think if he takes it, he's going to be very upset. So I think we bring the king in the game. And if he takes it, I think I take back like this. Just to create another pass pawn. But how important is this square? Yeah, that's very tough. It might have been better just to, it actually probably was better to take the bishop and just play this slower. Yeah, I think we want to play this. And I need to be very aggressive with my pawns and very aggressive with my rook. Because, I mean, he has an open file now, and he has a way in. Okay, this is fine. So, bring the king up. And I'm probably going to take over this file, if he lets me. And we'll use that to cut the king off. Okay, I can safely ignore that. Those pawn moves don't do anything. I'm gonna keep my rook here. I'd like to play this move first before anything, and then we go here. And if his king starts to come close, then I go here. This is much too slow for him. My rook can defend everything. These need to get traded, though. And we'll trade this way. Just to split up these pawns. That's really the only reason for this. And now we go here, and we have the two connected passers. And this is a much larger advantage than anything he has. It looks very double-edged, but it's not really. I don't think it matters which pawn I push. We'll just go for this. I mean, this makes more sense, but we'll just go for this. It doesn't. I don't think it matters. Yeah, that was a very good game. I think the best part about that game was the end game, maybe. I guess we'll click the little button. So yeah, I prefer this nice London setup against this, and a lot of what I see is this and trying to play e4, which I can't really stop, but I do just get my pieces on really nice squares. So I was really surprised about this. If they do play d3, I can think about eventually getting my bishop out to c5. Of course, not now. You know, all of these moves are perfectly reasonable. But I can think about putting my bishop on c5 later, or at least exploiting this diagonal somehow, because he's putting his pawns here and then this. So it gives me kind of a new way of, how did I play? Ooh, nice. Did okay. So it gives you kind of a new kind of counterplay that you don't usually get in a London. Now, yeah, d4. So now it's just very positional. It's going to be really hard for him to play e4, and he never did the whole game. He could have if he worked hard enough at it. In c6, knight here. This all looks fine. C takes d5. I was surprised at this. Probably he should keep the tension, continue building for something. I don't know. He has this light squared bishop, so c4. The next logical pawn break is b5, is to prepare this. So it's kind of hard. He can't play rook b1. So I like this setup quite a lot. His idea to play the queen out to b3, though, made a lot of sense. You know, if I'm going to get greedy with this, he should at least attempt to punish me. So that made a lot of sense. And here, I guess he can play a3, b4, and go for something of a minority attack. This is really what you have to do against this pawn structure. It's too solid to attack it any other way. And playing e4 is going to be really hard to do. You can probably do it, but this is easy. The minority attack is way easier. Rook e1, knight e4, and I'm curious about this move. Bishop e7 was my other candidate. I considered bishop b4, and I guess I get my bishop here. What does it want? Yeah, bishop b6. Yeah, if I get my bishop to b6 and munch on this, and then maybe he has to play e3 at some point. That made a lot of sense. But yeah, probably bishop e7 was the better move. So knight e4, and I like this a lot, and I'm curious about this move as well. Yeah, I thought queen b6 was the best move there. Not really being afraid to trade. You know, you don't, even if it's a lower rated player, it's okay that it goes to an ending. You're not gonna draw that ending as long as you play your ending to your ability. In b3, yeah, I should have played bishop a3 here, right? Bishop b4 is another move, yeah. And then it does say bishop a3 at some point. So that definitely was an idea. What if I play it here? Huh. Not as good as I thought. Rook takes knight d2. So I would have played it a little differently than the computer line, but that probably means different in this case is probably bad. Probably I would have played like here and then e4. That's why. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So knight f6. Yeah, I guess that stops e4, doesn't it? Perfect then. And yeah, a4 I figured. I really did figure this. Um, Bishop h3 just didn't make much sense to me. It looks nice, but it doesn't. It kind of ignores the overall plan in the game, I think. Um, oh, Bishop a3 it doesn't even like. Yeah, that's strange. Chess is really hard. Knight e5. What's going on here? I missed a tactic. Bishop b4 was a really good move, wasn't it? Shit. Why was it so good? What's going on here? Here, and I assume probably rook d1, right? Oh my goodness. Traps the rook. I was so focused on this rook, and I totally missed that. Yeah. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, I told you I miss tactics. Miss tactics all the time. Um, I was even thinking about that. I was just looking at the wrong rook. I don't know why I was looking at trapping this one or making it move and winning this. It was just never accessible. Yeah, I can just come back. That's pretty funny. Okay, bishop takes a3, and then, yeah, mostly what I wanted. Rook takes b3. Does it not like? Do we have anything better? Bishop h7. It's a good move. b5. b5 is a very good move. Yeah. Yeah, b5 would have required calculation. b5 would have required me seeing takes and all of the other moves that he did and eventually winning my b-pawn. So that's probably what I should have done there. Rook takes b3, bishop g2. What's going on here? Did I miss another tactic? Rook back to a3? I mean, I can, I just didn't. There's so many moves here that I don't think I missed a tactic. I think this was just a good position. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's not a missed tactic. I can play my rook back here and just maintain this advantageous position against this pawn. If he ever attacks this, I can play b5. b5. Yeah. So I don't really have to trade. So I'm up a pawn in this position. I'm up a pawn and I have a better position here. I play this move because I think I'm winning too. And then I go, well, I'm up a pawn, but now my position is quite a bit worse than the previous. So that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and then king f8. And I think this was all very straightforward. Bishop c4, knight e5. Yeah, very surprised about knight e5. It doesn't look like he can hold those pawns. Whoops. And then f6. Yeah, it's good to see that there's not really any major evaluation change in this ending. What do we have here? I'm curious. G takes f6. Not as crazy as I look. Yes. Yeah, G takes f6 made a lot of sense to me. You know, you don't just want to automatically take with king because it looks pretty. He's gonna do this, and he's gonna get passers. So taking with G makes a lot of sense. Not that taking with the king is bad, but this made the game a lot easier. Am I supposed to take that bishop? No. Nice. Okay. So I thought I played a very reasonable ending. And then, yeah, here, I can take with D. And it gets complicated, which I originally kind of felt like I should shy away from that. But this is so strong. These two connected passers, they really are. It's so much faster than these pawns. So you never, when you're in a double-edged position like this, you never want to go and defend. Like you can't defend 4 against 2. It's just a losing battle. You have to push your advantage. This 2 against 0 is ridiculously powerful. It's worth a rook once it gets to the 6th. Well, it's worth more than a rook once it gets to the 6th rank. Yeah, and then this is, I mean, he just kind of rolls over and dies. And then we just play all these just to, I mean, you have to envision like what position, what does the position look like where he actually passes a pawn when this rook is here, and you just can't imagine that position. It's a bit like in a minor piece ending when one side has like 3 passers and they're about to promote, but the other side has a dark squared bishop right here, and it looks really nice for the 3 passers, but there's just nothing. You just can't do anything. It's same concept here. So couple more moves, and then of course a resignation. So yeah, a very cool game. I like that quite a lot. I get a lot of games like this from playing the London against I, I guess a ready opening. It's not really an opening because it like transposes into a bunch of different things. But yeah, I guess when you play knight f3 and you don't go for like c4 or any of your conventional stuff, I guess just this generic knight f3 opening. I do really like the setup against it. Very fun to play. Um, but yeah, okay. So um, we're 4 out of 4. Um, it's a double round robin, so there will be 10 rounds. But a win with black there uh, feels very nice. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.